We are outside of the LCS studio right now. Apollo has survived and made it into another year of the LCS, despite all odds against him. He's found
the underdog story.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of people talk about, like, oh, Pobelter was on Winter Fox, and then he went to CLG, now he's on Immortals. The true story is Apollo's still kicking around in the LCS.
How does he do it every time? Yeah. I don't know.
So now you are on Dig. You guys just won.
Yeah.
Did you win yesterday?
No, we didn't.
All right. So you're 50-50. So you're already kind of in a worse place than Dig is normally, because if you recall, Dig normally wins like a ton and is like number 1 or 2 at the start of the split. Yeah. And
so
then
we're already awful. Like, we're actually 9th place already.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, we should probably quit at this point and just call it. Like, it's over. Yeah. But we're going to possibly play next week.
What has the transition to Dig been like for you?
I think it's pretty clean. Like,
pretty clean?
I mean, well, there's no real, like, rough starts. It's just, we just kind of are a new team. Like, we're getting used to each other. And we played at IM Cologne, and even though we lost, I actually think we did okay given the circumstances, right? Like, we're a new team, just like everyone else, and we had to use a sub. And I think just going 1-1 for the first week was fine for us.
I want to ask you about, at the start of last year, I asked you to rank all the AD carries in the league. Infamously, you did not put Piglet in the top 5, but you put yourself in.
I am sorry, but we're friends now. To the public,
so I feel like
we're friends.
You're slowly moving out of the way of the camera.
Sorry.
And I've been following and chasing you. And so, in fact, we're running over to take a look at it right now. But yeah, I want to ask you. Oh boy. Okay. Wow, we were probably way off.
Okay. Yeah. We're good though. We're good.
Right. I don't normally shoot these outside. All right. Yeah, so there are actually, I think, even more talented AD carries. Right. I've been really impressed by Freeze both days. It seems like he's doing everything he can to carry his team. What are your thoughts on AD carries in NA LCS this year?
So I'm not going to rank them because that would be a bad idea. Yeah. I'll put myself at 9th place. Right. That's, it's very... Hopefully people will...
Who are you placing below you?
Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. No ranking. Okay. I do think that all the AD carries are pretty good right now. Yeah. Like you said, there's Freeze coming in. I think for the most part, and Stixay, I guess, is a new one as well. Mashme's back. Was he here last year? Because I think...
No, he's in Challenger. He was on Coast, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think for the most part, the AD carries are usually pretty good. So bot lane should be fun. I actually haven't got to play against every single bot lane yet in terms of scrims. So right now it's kind of weird because AD carries are kind of at a supportive role. Like, they kind of just do what their team does, right? Like, they just stick around with their team. There's no, like, solo play action and stuff like that. So you just have to play well with your team. Yeah.
Kind of the cleanup crew.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, we have a lot of silly questions, but I feel like I can be pretty blunt with you because we're friends. I feel like you, every year, have just kind of been, like, the average AD carry guy. Like, you haven't really risen to that all-star status yet. And people are kind of like, yeah, Apollo's just going to do his thing. How are you going to change that this year? How's 2016 going to be different than the past years?
I mean, I'm obviously always looking to improve, and it kind of just goes with, I think just more experience and just keep on playing. I know I'm not like superstar AD carry, but I think just give it time, I guess. I'll get there with the team. And even if I'm not a superstar AD carry, as long as I'm doing my job and like we're winning as a team, I think that's fine. Okay.
And do you feel like the team is strong right now? I mean, 50-50, right?
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I think we're really strong mechanically, and we can still hold our own versus like the best teams. It's just a matter of like working well with the team and like shot calling, especially because our shot calling could be either really good or really bad. And like I mean, you even saw it in those 2 games, right? It's just it can be really good or really bad.
That's the Dignitas thing, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's funny because I feel like no matter how much they replace players, like the Dignitas. It just ends up being the same.
There. Yeah. The infamous Dignitas Baron. You don't even know. Like when we did Baron that last game, I was scared. Some miracle was gonna happen, and we were gonna lose that Baron. Yeah. And but we have to stay away from Baron, and we just have to stay away from Baron. Yeah. That's it.
Have you seen the Skara throwing the pillow Baron? Yeah.
Multiple times. Yeah. Every game, I think I've seen that in the Reddit thread.
Yeah, that's rough. But you personally, what was the offseason like for you? Because were you always aware that you were going to come back to the LCS? Did you feel a lot of different offers? Was there any thought for you that you might, not return, maybe do something else?
So I think, especially for an AD carry, and I don't think I did really poorly last split. I think I actually did okay. And maybe, I wasn't some superstar, but I think I was good enough to hold my own in LCS. And since I'm not an import, usually NA teams don't go for any carry, NA AD carry, or sorry, any AD carry imports.
Yeah.
Except for RNG is the exception, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
So it was actually kind of easy for me to look for LCS team, whether it be like lower tier or mid tier or high tier, or sorry, lower or mid tier. So yeah, I kind of knew I was going to get back in LCS. Like I knew I was good enough, and I just kept practicing during the off season, just see what offers I got. And I got some LCS and I got some Challenger, and I wanted to get back in LCS, so I chose Dig.
Very good. And you said you had multiple offers.
Yeah, I had I think 2 or 3 for LCS. Yeah.
So why Dig?
I didn't. I don't want to like say the offers. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I wanted to play with English speakers, and I already knew Shifter, and I think that was just my best opportunity of the teams.
That's fair. Is there anything that you would like to say to any of the Apollo fans out there who are now cheering for you with their black and gold, hoodies and jackets and jerseys and flags, whatever?
Thank you for supporting me, and I hope you guys support Dig as well. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Well, thank you, Apollo, for the interview. Hopefully you're getting a lot of mouse pads these days. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things League of Legends at gamespot.com/LOL.